Hey everyone, it's Sarah Oblak Spiker here. How are you? I have been reflecting on a couple of things that were a common denominator of some of our clients who came to us when they were um, kind of on a fence, right? Playing with one hand tied behind their backs, knowing that they have outgrown their business, they have outgrown their league, they have outgrown their sandbox, so to speak. And on the other hand, they had this amazing, big, audacious vision, incredible goals. But what ended up happening is even though they were taking massive action, it felt like they're just spinning in circles. Or it felt like they're going down the highway and they were all excited about going down the highway, but they didn't even realize that they had a parking brake on. So they settled for 40 miles per hour as opposed to 80. So how does it get to look like in practical terms? So the reflection really brought up three major fundamental things that we get to do with our clients, the ones who are ready to make that leap, the ones who are ready to go all in, and the ones who realize that in order to make this and experience this tremendous shift and accelerate the results, I would say multidimensional success instead. They dare to go all in because they know that by doing so, by committing their energy, their focus, their money, and their time, they literally travel time and space, and they literally allow the magic to happen. So the bottom line, like this post says, there are three fundamental things that we get to do, and I want to expand on each and every one of them a little bit. That's why I wanted to hop on live here. So first one, dismantling the unconscious patterns of scarcity, breaking all reasons and rules, and trading in complex strategies because they no longer apply. You know, this goes for so many of us, and when I think about my own now 9+ year journey in business, I have been there too, doing all the things, playing by the book, and simply burning out, juggling so many responsibilities. In addition to business, it's also, being a mom to global citizens who are inquisitive, very active kids themselves, and being a householder. All those different things that we do, especially in 2020. 2020 has been such a tremendous gift in so many ways. But what I have learned, just like so many of you have and so many of my clients are realizing, and one of the reasons they're coming to us, is they know that there's got to be a better way. They know that there's got to be a simpler way, and they know that there's got to be a more quantum way to make this leap. And indeed, when we put strategies on paper, some of them feel really uncomfortable because they're so out of their comfort zone. They're so beyond anything they could ever dream possible, and yet they're so simple that they know they can take action immediately, broken down in very pragmatic way, while tapping into the mystique, the mystery, the magic. So this is certainly something that does require maximum mental, emotional, spiritual strength to pull off, and that's why we help them, we train them, we support them every step of the way, in a way that is required by each individual. Number two, creating a new multifaceted foundation for much more substantial, centered, and intentional leadership and living. This is what we're seeing now. And I'm so excited about all that is coming up and that is emerging in this new era of awakened beings. There are some major shifts that are coming across the industries. And one area in particular out there to bring up and I would invite you to really be with if you are in sports, if you are an athlete, if you are a coach, if you are a team leader. This specifically applies to you because moving forward in recovering, healing the planet, uplifting the humanity, you will be playing an integral role, much more powerful, much more front and center, and that will require substantial, centered and intentional leadership. No surface scratching. We're going all in. We're going into the depths when no athlete before has gone before, and it goes beyond the court, it goes beyond the field, it goes beyond the track or the podium or the pool, wherever your area of expertise, wherever your playing field is. It goes way beyond that, and I'm really excited about it. And like we said here, right, here's where those quantum strategies really come to play. We are restructuring everything around you to fully support you, and the tools that you're given are the ones that you get to truly utilize on a daily basis. You embody this new being. You're able to hold your vision, you're able to hold the space, you're able to move all those energies required for you to see your vision to a fruition. Last but not least, expanding capacity and accessing supreme knowledge and untapped greatness that supercharges your multidimensional success. That's what I was stepping into, right? Your success no longer is one-dimensional, whether you're an athlete or a leader, an executive, a coach, a mentor, an expert, where you are playing a role that gets to be amplified and magnified. And like we said here, you know, the sea between where you are right now and the goal gets to be parted. And again, in order to part it sea, you are required, and you already know, I mean, because it's the only way that you know how to do, all in, no reservation, no holding back, no playing small. So these three things pretty much are cyclical, and they are not necessarily linear. They run in parallels because one fuels the other and one requires the other. That's why, again, when we work together, when we support our clients, we pride ourselves with really customized support and high touch service for those particular reasons. No surface scratching, everything is customized, because at the end of the day, just as much as we support you, we also challenge you, we uplift you, we charge you, we activate you. And you know, some of our clients would say that it feels like receiving a great and most comfortable and comforting hug. The others are experiencing certain moments as going through the fire where everything burns off. And you know what? It gets to be all of that and more, because with the support of my amazing trusted experts and team, it's not just the surface, it's not just the mind, it's connecting the mind and the heart, it's connecting the mind, heart, and the soul, and it's connecting it all from inside out, starting on a cellular level. So it's really a holistic approach to it. And on the other side, what happens now when you go through this process on this journey, right? It is beyond anything that the word can describe. Seriously, imagine this vision that you've been holding for years, some of our clients for decades, and finally seeing it come true. Imagine the relationship that you have with your most loved individuals becoming even deeper, becoming even stronger, becoming even more intimate and caring and loving and truly, truly unbreakable and lasting. Imagine when you're a parent like I am, with two very active, curious little ones who are crystal children, spiritual beings, incredible beings by also themselves, to really transform the way of parenting to really create a home that is comforting, that is supporting, that uplifts them, that empowers them and prepares them for the world that they get to create. The whole new generation of Aquarian leaders is that we are raising, and in order to raise them, we get to raise ourselves up. Imagine your performance, imagine the relationship, the impact you have on your fans, the impact you get to make on your teammates and consequently their own circles, their own communities, their own families. I mean, the ripple effect is mind-blowing. Literally millions of lives that we get to impact. And it all starts with you deciding that this is it. This is it. You get to make this leap right now. You get to answer this calling of your heart and soul now. You get to trust your rhythm now, and you get to up level, expand, and really create the most magnificent, incredible life for you. You get to become way more, and by becoming more, you get to create, you get to do, you get to share, you get to contribute way more. And all of that starts by simply choosing a much more intentional, centered, and substantial way of living and leading. And we're here to help you, support you, guide you every step of the way, to be this catalyst of yours, to be a mirror to you, to be a nursery, an incubator, a think tank, and everything in between. So if you have questions, if this calls to you, and if you're ready to either go all in or explore how this gets to look like for you, for your team, let's have a conversation and we'll go from there.